Alright, fourth time to try to record this thing. My computer's being weird. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in for the last part of the Order of Chaos set review. I hope you guys have enjoyed that so far, and I wanted to bring you guys, after this video, I'll also be recording the exclusives, rarity bumps, OCG imports, TCG exclusives, all those things. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. For those of you who already know about the set and just kind of want to hear my take on it, I appreciate it. So, alright, first card, Exceeds Burst. I think is a very specific card. I don't think it'll be getting any play, maybe just a little bit of play. If somebody can figure out how to spam Exceeds monsters onto the field that are high rank. You know, if it said rank 5 or higher, I could see getting a little more play because of the windups. I have a friend, for instance, that plays a level 5 deck where he just gets Tyrus and Idris out all the time. Anyway, this might be played in, you know, what is that, Thunder and Dragon on the art there, so I guess you could do that with the Dragon deck pretty easily, and probably the Evols can get and the windups can get the Exceeds out the fastest and most often. So, not a horrible card. I just don't see it getting played. Even if it does get played, it'll probably be at 1. Good thing it's a common. Galaxy Wave, horrible card, don't want to talk much about it. I think it's stupid. Each time you Exceed summon, inflict 500 to your opponent, even if it was for both you guys, I mean, you're just not going to do more than 2,000 damage in a duel. It's just not worth it. Cyclone, one of those times where Konami's like, oh, we'll make a crap card, but we'll make it a quick play, so it makes it a little better. No, it's not better. I mean, the problem is the very first thing you read there, roll a die. That's enough. If you guys want to read the effect, there it is. Dumb card. Repellent Force, the art's cool on it, but it's not that good a card either. Activate only when the attack of a monster with another face-up attack position monster as a target was negated. So, whenever you negate an attack from attack monster to attack monster, you can inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the difference between the attack of the monsters. As you can see, I wrote down there, Dimension Wall is better if you just kind of want to do some damage. I mean, I would rather get rid of the monster, so Deprison, Sakuretsu, whatever. I don't know. I just don't like it. Gaga Guard, as a rare, not a bad card, actually. It's too bad it's not continuous, but it'd be probably too good. If you control 2 or more face-up Gaga monsters, this turn, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. If that was continuous, it would make the Gagas maybe, you know, closer to tier 2, even though it's really way too early to know much about them because there's quite a few more cards coming out from what I'm told. XYzero Flags, one of the counter traps in the set. I actually kind of like it. Negate the activation of an effect of a spell, trap, or effect monster that targets an XYZ, I always say XYZ, sorry guys, an Exceeds monster on the field and destroy it. Then inflict 800 to your opponent. The 800 is just kind of like a bonus, but you know, it's too bad it has to target. It would be nice if it just said negate all those things when an XYZ is about to be destroyed or leaving the field. So, I don't know. Still think it's not horrible. Splash Capture, another common. When your opponent Exceed summons an Exceed monster, banish 2 fish type monsters in your graveyard. Gain control of the monster. And you don't have to give it back. This is going to make the banished fish just be a little bit more powerful and better. I actually kind of like this card. So, curious what you guys think. I don't know if banished fish ever really got off the ground. Maybe this will help. Who knows? I still don't see it being a main deck for the banished fish deck. So maybe a couple on the side. I don't know. I think this might got bumped up to a rare. It's my very favorite of the ninjutsu cards, and I think a lot of people will be trying to get these heavily if it's not a common. Ninjutsu Art of Freezing. It's got 2 great effects, actually. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, if you control a face-up ninja monster, which, you know, that's kind of the point of the deck, is to play, you know, just a ton of ninjas, negate that attack and in the battle phase. So just shuts down GBs hardcore. While this card is face-up on the field, monsters your opponent control cannot change their battle position, which is even more fantastic. So I just love this card. I really think it might be rare, and I'll look at that here in a minute. Actually on the other video. Alright, Ninjutsu Art of Rust Mist is another of the Ninjutsu art cards. When a monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, if you control the face-up ninja, half the attack of that special summon monster. So it's just always out there making sure that they don't, they're not going to bring out anything big. I don't know if it'll get much play though. Sorry about that, guys. Injector's Orb. I don't know. It's not horrible. Target one face-up Injector monster you control. Equip this card to that target. It gains 500 attack and defense. When an Injector monster you control is targeted by card effect, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard to negate the card effect. So, I don't know. I think it might get a little bit of play. We'll just have to see how the Injector deck really works. If it's more of a splashable thing, or if it's more of a pure deck, which I doubt it'll ever be really pure. Variable form, another Injector card, continuous. Actually, this is a pretty good card. Once per turn, you can choose and activate one of the effects. You can either equip one face-up Injector monster you control to another face-up, so you just switch. You just pretty much move your equipped Injector to another Injector that's on the field, which can be very powerful, and that way you could choose the right situation to activate, Centipede or Dragonfly's effect, whatever. The other effect is special summon one Injector monster treated as an equip card to your side of the field in face of attacks. In other words, you can move it from being an equip card to being back to being on the monster card zone, which is fantastic. This trap card kind of reminds me of like what Union monsters do. They can go back and forth. Spiral Spring I really like a lot. It's for the windups. You tribute a windup monster you control with 1500 attack or more, which is not a problem. Special summon one windup monster from your hand. Then you can special summon another windup monster from your deck with the same attack as the monster special summoned by this effect. And since you usually play 2 to 3 of your best cards, it's just not hard. I really like this card. I don't see it getting played more than 2. I could be wrong. So let me know what you guys think about that one. Alright, some of the evols. We got two trap for the evols here. Tribute one level 4 or higher dinosaur type monster you control, so like one of the evil Saurs. Special summon 2 level 3 or lower reptiles from your hand or graveyard, which will most likely be from your graveyard, because you don't want to deplete your hand too much unless the right situation presents itself. Good card. I don't think it'll be played a lot. I think you'll put 1 in the deck. So maybe I'm wrong. Actually, might see 2 plays if you play Castaneria and you have Najash and some of those guys. So we'll talk more about that later. Junction Evolution is kind of the opposite. You target a reptile monster you control, you destroy it, and you special summon an evil tile monster from your deck and face down defense. I really haven't done my research on this card. I kind of wish I had. I will later when I make an Evolve deck, but I don't know if there's any Evatiles that are good to put face down. I can't really think of any out at the moment. They need to be out there, and you're targeting one reptile monster, which is going to be an Evitile anyway. So special summoning one from your deck, is not a bad play. It's just I'm not sure why you putting it face down is going to help you in any way. So I don't know if this gets any play. One of the best cards in the set, in my opinion, just because I love ninjas. It's got cool art. I mean, it's got Hanzo summoning a giant dragon. I mean, I can't tell if I don't know who it is. It looks like Sacred Phoenix. I really don't know. But it's a super rare, it's continuous, which is great, and the effect is just broken in my opinion. Target one face-up ninja monster you control and one face-up monster your opponent controls. You just get to send them to the grave. Yippee. Then special summon one dragon or dinosaur or sea serpent monster with an equal or lower level than the sent monster's combined levels from your deck to your side of the field. If this card leaves the field, you have to remove from play the monster you brought out. Okay, guys, I just get to send anything I want. and it's continuous. I can do it every turn. I mean, the monster on your opponent's side of the field has to be face up. That's the worst thing. I mean, heck, if you have to, tack into it, flip it up, you take some damage if it doesn't die, and then you send them. Main phase 2. Just stupid good, okay? I mean, and don't forget white, what is it? White Dragon Ninja or something like that is a dragon, and he's a ninja, kind of like that. We'll talk about more about him in the other exclusive video. So I just love this card. XYzero Reborn, a lot of people have been looking forward to this. I have as well. You get to target an Exceed monster in your graveyard. You just get to special summon it and attach this as a material. So you can reuse your Dolka, your Zen mains. You can use, you know, just whatever you choose to. It's a great card. I was hoping it would get bumped to Ultra so we could have it as Ultimate, because I think the art's pretty sweet. This is a decent rare. It's very specific, and I don't see it getting a lot of play, but you run up against the right deck, and this could be a good side deck card. It's called Wait Over. When your opponent special summons a monster, you can banish all level 2 or lower monsters on the field. So this would definitely screw up the level 1 deck that I love so much, the Piper Chaos deck. But hey, you know, I'm here to help everyone out, not just myself. So there's a good side deck card, hint hint. Huge Revolution Reversal. I don't know if you guys remember that old card called, I think it was actually called Huge Revolution. It was an old trap card that you played a long time ago when you had the one with like all the people running about and Revolution. It was just all these people in a square. So it's kind of the opposite. You see the king's men with their swords and all that, backing the people into a corner. It's a counter trap, so it's another good, decent counter trap, but it's pretty much decent. I just don't. It's a counter trap version of Starlight Road without bringing out Stardust Dragon, so I'm not sure I get it, but I guess it's a counter trap. It can't be. You can't trap stun chain to it like you can with Starlight Road, and I guess if you played a counter fairy deck, you might want to play this, but. It says if an effect of a spell, trap, or effect monster that would destroy 2 or more cards on the field is activated, negate the activation and remove it from play, banish it. So I just don't understand why you wouldn't run Starlight Road. Royal Prison, I think one of the hottest rares, the most talked about, and most sought after. I was really hoping that this would get the bump to Super, but you know how Konami is. It's a continuous that just says, sorry, you can't supposed to summon any monsters from the graveyard. Period. That's all it is. But that's good enough. I mean, in today's format, people are using their graveyard like a second field. You know, it's just it's just too good, guys. So I think you should pick as many of these up as you can at the sneak. And the last card here is Sealing Ceremony of Catan, which is interesting. It shows the Flame Ninja with the lava guys, I think, or maybe those are the Flammable babies. I don't remember. Once per turn, you can banish a fire monster from your graveyard to target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard and remove it from play. So it kind of goes with the Neo Flamevilles and the Flamevilles that they like to remove. I actually think this is a good card. I think it's kind of silly that the Flame Ninja's on there, but hey, whatever. The art's kind of cool. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in for that. And now let's switch over and to this other video. I will try to put the link in the description below. If I don't, just you should be able to find it because it should be uploaded right after this one. Thanks for watching. Click that like button, and good luck at your sneak.